Alright guys, so welcome back to another video. So today what I'm going to show you is the Hackmotion with the putting mode, and basically what it does, the Hackmotion is going to tell me if I'm doing this and if I'm doing this. So flexing, extending, going up or down like this. So I started hitting a lot of putts with the unit, with the Hackmotion, and I noticed that I was having a lot of misses to the right. I just constantly keep missing to the right. I felt a little weak and to the right. So basically what I did is I checked the numbers, and apparently I was having some issues with my wrist going up and down on impact basically. Okay, so here's some of the data. Basically the green line means the flexion and extension, and the blue line is the other one, which means if you're moving your wrist up and down. And I noticed that initially it was a little off, both of them, but then I kind of was getting better at getting my like you can see in this graph, my flexion and extension was within the range, but my movements going up and down, the blue line was always off the range. I mean, every single time. And then basically that was causing my the ball to miss right, as you can see here. Here they're both outside the range, not by much. I'll show you here some other ones as well. So it was always the green one was not a problem, but it was the blue one. And basically that's just what it's showing me is that I'm moving my wrists up and down. I was really experimenting with my putting stroke, trying to be more consistent, because as you can see I was missing. It wasn't really feeling like a good stroke, and for me it was because it's not within the range. So finally I figured it out, and basically for my putting stroke I needed to keep a short putting stroke basically. So the shorter the putting stroke was, the better, the more I was within the range. So shorter backswing, way better. I would have to get used to that obviously, because I think a longer backswing, but according to this device it says that I'm more consistent if I take a shorter backswing. Now let me see if I can focus on getting in the hole. Let's see. So shorter backswing and then pop it, I guess. So obviously I have to hit it a little harder to do that. That was perfectly on line. And look at this, it's almost within the range, and I have to give it a little more speed. See, my tendency is to go into the right. They're not there anymore, and I'm almost within the range. So this is great, guys. This is good information, you know, so I can take this information and implement some changes here. There we go, pop it, and it's way better. The line is way better. Look at that, I'm almost in the range, I know that you're probably gonna say like, well, you're still missing the hole, but you have to understand this is something new that I'm doing. So now I'm gonna try to just focus on getting in the hole so I can prove that to you. Okay, so with new changes, just try to get it in the hole with short backswing. Okay, let's look at the graph. Okay, so I finally got it, and this is what it looks like, where both are within the range. The green one being the flexion and extension, and the blue one being my movement going up and down. So once I do that, that means my putt is going to be straight. Now, obviously, I can't get it every time this close, but from the time I started putting to now, you can definitely see a big difference. It's much closer to the suggested range. Okay, so I'm gonna give you the last few shots with my new putting stroke, I guess, and see if I stay within the range. Short backstroke and pop. There we go. See, I'm not missing to the right anymore, and look how close that is. That is within the range. I mean, that felt really good for me. Now this is specifically for me. So let me do another one. Short back stroke. I just need to time the pace. There we go. Look at this. Perfect. Let's look at the data here, and I'm within the range, guys. So to me that proves that. It proves that for my specific putting stroke I need to take a short backswing with my putter. So definitely happy with this, guys. Okay, so this is how I started putting initially. Apparently, according to the unit, I was moving my wrists up and down, very subtle movements, but the difference is huge. Now you can see in this video that I'm limiting my up and down movements with my wrist, and you can clearly see that the stroke is completely different. So obviously, this is something that I kind of knew before as well. You know, the best times when I putt the best, I always feel like I'm popping the ball, short strokes, even from the long putts, you know. And then basically this just confirms that. It confirms that it is true, because when I'm this close, I'm basically no moving my wrist, and if I don't move my wrist, it's going to go in the hole if I got the right line. So according to the device, the more I take my backswing, the more difficult it's going to be to go back into the same spot. So that's why you see a lot of tour players, you know, if you notice, they do just short back strokes and then just pop it. It is a little difficult to get used to it, but if I look at the information, if I look at the numbers, it's telling me that I'm more consistent that way. That means that I'm limiting my movements, you know. I'm limiting my wrist from moving up and down, and my flexion and extension, you know. I'm almost within the range. Obviously, you still have to read the right lines. It's not going to give you that, but you're going to be more consistent. As you can see at the beginning, I was missing a lot to the right, and that's what I do at the course. I miss my putts to the right, and now I know I can take this information, and I know that I'm missing to the right because I'm moving my wrist up and down. You know, I'm not saying that you have to change your putting stroke, because this is for me, you know. I don't have a good, if I take a long backswing with my putter, I can't go back to the same spot. But maybe there's people who, if they get in here, they might be precise on going back. So why change? Because you're keeping your wrist straight, so don't change that. But for me, I can't. I'm not consistent. I'm missing to the right for some reason. And the only way for me to stop that is to take a short stroke like this. Obviously, I have to add a little more speed. With the putter, it's very difficult to come to a conclusion. You know, it's so different for everybody. So I'm not here trying to convince you to change your putting stroke. I'm just showing you what's happening and how I can use technology to improve my game. And this just proves it, because a lot of times I can say that, okay, I'm putting better if I'm taking short strokes. I've done that in the past, but this is confirmed with data, so I can be more convinced. Because before, you know, it's like maybe it was a good, you know, it was a good day, but I have nothing. I have no data that confirms that. This confirms that. So now I feel a little more confidence, because I can rely on this method because it's backed by data. It's supported by data. I have it there. You've seen it. I mean, I'm not missing to the right anymore. I'm taking short strokes, and that's what I got to do. Obviously, I have to work on my pace. Longer putts, shorter putts, I have to implement all those changes, but for me, it works. Okay guys, so that was it for the video. Obviously, there's a lot of data with the Hackmotion. This is the way that I interpreted the data. Other people may interpret it differently, so this is just the way that I see the data, I analyze it, and I kind of put it into my game. So it may be different for other people. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, guys. Until next time.